the marriage of physics and psychology. According to string theory, modern physics, the basis of all matter is energy. So all matter, the foundation of all matter are strings of energy. So what creates these strings of energy? Perhaps universal consciousness, higher power consciousness, the Tao consciousness creates strings of energy that in their physical form are nature, are the planets, the trees, the animals, the flowers, all that. All of nature is created through universal consciousness. And perhaps all this man-made stuff, my shirt, this building, this computer, all the man-made stuff is created through human consciousness, creating strings of energy. And perhaps all this happens on the fly. So many of us believe in the material world, we just create it on the fly. So perhaps on some level, there's no such thing as past, no such thing as future, just the eternal present that's created on the fly through our consciousness and through the consciousness of the universe. Over 100 years ago, a physics experiment concluded that through observing photons, observing light, it had the effect of turning these light particles into physical matter. That's where the observer effect came into being. That's how the observer effect was noticed for the first time. Through human consciousness turned photon energy into matter. That's an example of consciousness creating matter. So it's an interesting way to think about reality. It's also empowering from the perspective of, so what can I manifest through my consciousness? And how can I improve my ability to manifest positive things through my consciousness? It's worth pondering. And how much responsibility do I have with my thoughts? Perhaps my thoughts are more important than I realize. Perhaps my thoughts are vastly more important than I understand. Perhaps all of us are predestined to be just super powerful manifestors, and we don't even realize it. What happens when we do realize it? That's the question. What are we going to do with it? Remember that human consciousness has two levels, the elevated level and the lower level. The elevated level is when you're feeling inspired. It's when you're feeling clear-minded, in the flow, relaxed, content. The lower level of consciousness is when you're feeling upset, angry, guilty, fearful. And the idea is we want to stay in that upper level of consciousness as much as possible. And one of the reasons we want to stay there is because we know when we're in the elevated level of consciousness, we're going to be creating, manifesting really amazing, positive things. So let's work together on this. Perhaps it's our destiny to work on this and to understand this more fully. For me, it is inspiring to realize that perhaps I'm way more powerful than I understand. Thank you.
To become more involved in the Heart Mind Center, join our community and explore our membership options.
Also, check out our podcast, Mindflow Radio.
Mindflow Radio.